Hi, I'm Craig Crandall from your Elder Board. I've got a few important things I want to tell you about announcements and important topics that are important to our church family. First, I'm sure you will agree that it's been absolutely great to be able to get together once again, albeit in the field, to do our worship services, to be able to come off the online setup that we had and to come back in the field and to see one another has been just a great thing. And I so appreciate the worship team enabling and making that all happen. It's been yeoman's work to pull all of that off. And yet, I also have to say, I am so appreciative of the technology that we've pursued and that we've used and that we've continued to improve using over the last many months to do our services online. It's been quite a process, but we've been able to do preaching online, we've been able to do classes online, we've had fellowship online, and we've had our worship online. And where would we be without some of those tools? It's really helped us to stay connected through a very difficult time, and we've continued to worship God and lift Him up. In whatever form it has taken, whether it's online, over the phone, in small classrooms or outside the ball field, our many different ministry teams have been working to help us spur one another on to good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as the day approaches. And so it was that Paul told us in Hebrews chapter 10. And now we're going to move on to the next chapter in our COVID-19 story as we bring services inside starting this Sunday, September 13th. By now you should have received a letter giving you some initial plans on that plan, but you're going to get another letter starting tomorrow. It should come out tomorrow with more details. You'll need to call in or email the church office to tell them whether you plan to attend. It'll either be the 9 a.m. service or the 11 a.m. service, and you can attend either in the fellowship hall on the big screen or in the auditorium. To comply with regulations and to maintain social distancing, we'll have to keep a maximum of 50 in the auditorium, 50 in the fellowship hall, and again, you'll need to indicate whether you'll be able to attend or not. Of course, if you're in an at-risk group, if you're not feeling well, if you've been exposed recently to COVID-19, we'd ask that you just stay home and get better and enjoy the services that are offered online, because they'll be there. When you do arrive, anticipate some screening, some instructions when you arrive, and remember the early service will be at 9 a.m., not 9:30 as in or the old days, because this is going to give us more time to do some cleanup between the services. And although I know we'd all love to mingle with one another as a large group like we do between services, we really need to avoid having large numbers of people crossing paths between services. So we'll have a little more time between those services. So 9 o'clock and 11. I really look forward to seeing you, many of you, again in person for that. And again, if you're not well and if you're in an at-risk group, or if you're close to people that are in at-risk groups, might be very wise and would be advised to stay home and take it in online. Moving onward, we've been accomplishing some very important church business during this time frame. All of you by now should have had an opportunity to be introduced to our youth pastor candidate, Patrick Vestal, and his wife, Caitlin. The Youth Pastor Search Committee, the elders, the youth leadership team all recommend a yes vote for Patrick joining our church family as the youth pastor. Those of you who are voting members should have already received in the mail your ballots along with a return envelope. And if you've previously set it aside, which I know many of us have, and you haven't voted yet, please go get your ballot right now. and cast your vote and get it ready to mail. I'll wait for you right now. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to wait for you right now. You can just actually put me on pause and go get it, and I'll still be here. I promise I won't go without you. Just put me on pause. Okay, now that you're back, we need to make sure we receive your vote this weekend, and no later than Monday the 14th. With your permission, we're excited to see Patrick join our pastoral staff very soon. On another piece of important business, our church membership recently approved the appointment of our senior pastor search committee. In August, the committee met with the elder board to learn more about their assignment, and then they met with one another to initiate their efforts on that task, and the process begins. While we want to stay diligent in making continual progress in this process, we haven't set a time frame for completion. We're going to lean on God's direction and timing for when He would have us call that next senior pastor. We've asked the search committee to maintain confidentiality in the process for sake of candidates and for the church family as a whole. But we'll plan to give regular updates to the family on the progress that the search team is making, and opportunity for you to provide appropriate input at the right time. Please continue to pray with us for God's leading in the whole process, and that our ears would be attentive to His voice throughout. And please continue to pray for Pastor Tom and really for our office staff as a whole, as they've really stepped up their already amazing and strong commitment to our church family and the efforts that they're making day to day and week to week, serving our Wood Village church family. Their efforts and their commitment and love for us are so appreciated. Do show your appreciation for them and continue to pray for them through this significant time of change that we're all working through, and really a significant opportunity we're seeking. As I prepare to close, I just praise God for our Pastor Bill, our dear pastor, for a special time last Sunday that we had together to recognize God's work through him. I know how important it was for us to be able to collectively give honor to God's work through our dear pastor and servant, Pastor Bill. And we so appreciate Carol's ministry to us and to Pastor Bill throughout these many years. We're just amazed at what a team that they have been for us, and I know Carol will continue to be. Though a very hard time for us all, it was very encouraging to see and to re-engage with Carol and the family once again on that day. From many of you, I've heard how moved you were by the preaching, by the worship, and by the many testimonials, including from Pastor Raymond, who came back to Troutdale, or Wood Village, with his wife Lisa from their new home in Idaho, and we appreciate them coming to be with us and sharing with us. As you know, we came away challenged, and to continue to follow Pastor Bill's example and to finish strong, however much time remains for any one of us. We want to finish strong because that's what he did, and because that's what we'll aim to do. We just thank God for such a great day, and we look forward to many good days ahead. God bless you all, Wood Village family. Just really good to see you again. We'll see you again here soon. Bye-bye.
Here we go. You are here.